Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I'm coming to you with a scrap a sketch challenge that Mel W from Mel W Walkden, Mel W Scrapping, and I are doing with the scrap sketch sketches, and we're going right back to the beginning, and that's sketch number 6 that we're working with today. And once a month we will be creating layouts to share with you using Lisa's amazing sketches that she has on her Facebook group. So I'll put all the details down below for Lisa's group and the details of the sketch, and also Mel's details so that you can go and check out what she has done with this one as well. So I am preparing my background, and I am using papers out of my kit that I created for How to Kill a Kit with Style. So that's a bonus as well because I'm using up some of my papers. And I'm just creating squares that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 so that they fit within the frame. And I'm now fussy cutting out a strip of those baubles because I'm going to use those on the layout as well. So off screen I went and I distressed the edges of each of those squares. I didn't want to bore you with that whole process. You saw how I was using the Tim Holtz distress tool there to do that. And I have formed the grid background as you can see on this layout now. Using the reverse sides of the papers. So I'm using the same papers up. I'm not wasting papers, and I'm using the reverse side because they have the strips and the checks on them. I'm creating the banner strips that were in that sketch. Now, I find that if I can utilize my papers well, I can incorporate the patterns so that they complement. They are all designed to complement, so that's how they work nicely together. Of course, I've gone with a Christmas theme because I still have so many Christmas photos to scrap, and that's okay. It's only January. That's what you should be doing in January, is getting all those photos from the previous Christmas done. So this is 2 photos that I took when we went through our Sydney walk through all of the lights in Sydney. And this was taken in the Queen Victoria building. And this is the giant tree that is in the centre of the building. So I have a photo here of my youngest daughter and we were standing underneath that tree. And as you can see in the photo, it is just a gorgeous tree. Every year it's been a little bit different. This year is very different. In the past it's been a Swarovski tree with Swarovski crystals. This year it's just got the bauble decorations and stars and the lights, and it was very pretty. Pardon me. So those little baubles I have cut out of that strip that you saw me cut at the beginning, and I'm just using those as my embellishments on this layout. And I have the set of 3 down here at the bottom like Lisa has in the bottom of her sketch, and I have added 1 up to the tags at the top. Just to add some interest, I'm going to pop singular baubles where they overlap the squares, so the squares will be joined. I'm not using all of them, but I am putting a few around the layout in a balanced way to create interest for you to look as you move around this layout. And you can see that the base of those baubles goes to 1 square and then overlaps onto the next square. I'm popping those up with foam tape to give them dimension and to make them really stand out against the layout. Now off screen I swapped those baubles around. As you can see, I've taken the red one off the banners at the top and I put it down against the photo, and I put a green one up to the top. I'm now using some gold letters, gold alpha stickers, which are out of my kit as well. We have been asked to use alphas as a focus this month to burn up all our alphas, and it's a great opportunity. So I'm using these gold ones here to spell out the word charm, and then I have these little gold glittery stickers which I'm spelling out the word Christmas so that my title is Christmas Charm. And that's pretty much what that tree is. It is a really pretty tree, and it is a bit of a charming place to go and visit at Christmas time, and is always our first tree stop when we do the city lights. After we park in Darling Harbour, we head straight up to the Queen Victoria building to the tree and have our photos there each year. So I've pretty much completed this layout. I'm just going to add in my date stamp down the bottom because it's important to remember the date. And I'm going to do some handwriting journaling on this bottom square just as Lisa has on the sketch, and it just basically says that we were at the Queen Victoria building under the tree, and it was just Lily and myself. And so it's always nice to use your own handwriting on the layout when you can, because that too is an important feature of you and your story. So to finish off now on the white squares, I'm just going to add in some faux stitching to make them pop a little bit more, and I'm using a red fine line marker to do so. And that adds a little bit of extra detail, defining those squares, making them pop off that very dramatic and busy layout. Once I've done all those faux stitching there, I can then pull out my glitter paste, or my glimmers they're called. Sorry, I really couldn't remember. And I'm adding in the circles of 3. I'm going down the sides to the left on the opposite corners. Then I'm doing the opposite rights. And then I will do 3 across the top on those rows there. So it's a balanced effect with there. At the bottom, I'm going to add in 3 sets of 3 dots around that embellishment cluster at the bottom, and that is how I'm going to leave the rest of that embellishing. So here's the layout. It's pretty easy. It's a grid layout, nice and easy. You can do it for lots of different ways. If you go over to the Facebook group, you will see how this has been interpreted by many people. This is my interpretation of it. Mel, as I said, has done one as well, and I'll put her details down below. Go and check her out, leave some love, and let her know what you think of her layout. Hopefully I've done enough to get you to give me a thumbs up, but also to inspire you to pull out your papers and have a go at scrapping. Remember, we're scrapping one layout at a time to record history one layout at a time. And this is my family history, and hopefully the history of the Queen Victoria tree each year. So happy scrapping until next time. Thanks for watching, and here's my next recommendation for you. See you in the next video.